All right, we got both GoPros on, and I got my phone draggy. Right now it's connecting to the satellite. I was gonna data log. The car feels great. I want to data log regardless, but I don't think I could do it right now because I got that like OBD2 port with the, I forget what it's called, on the Kenwood dash unit where it pulls everything up, but that thing just dangles. Usually I have tape, but I did not bring my tape to attach it, so I can't. I'm not gonna data log right now. It's fine, I'll data log another day. That's more sent to your compulsion. All right, so it says low satellites. I hate when the draggy says that. I have it in the back there. So I'm trying to think what we're gonna do. I'd love to do some quarter mile 0 to 60. I think we're just gonna go on a high, oh, there we go, ready. All right, so that is ready. I'm probably just gonna do some 40 to 100. I'm probably gonna go up and down real quick on the highway, get some more miles on here. And then we'll try and hit up a road that I know of. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's go see if we could do the quarter mile 0 to 60 if we could launch it. That would be pretty ideal. It would be nice. Let's go see what we can do. Because I have this set up and ready to go. And I have the draggy set up for video mode. That was the point. I want to be able to record. And then I have one GoPro facing me and the back. You know, you can kind of see around me. And the other one, hopefully, is going to be taking on the tack. Well, I don't know how much of the tack. More importantly, miles per hour and the boost gauge. Because I have a lot of videos like that that I've done. And then, yeah, I got a good feeling about this. It feels really damn strong. Again, for reference, it's, yeah, 54 right now. So it's a little bit warmer. I think my other test was in cooler temps if I recall correctly, but the warmer temps should definitely help get some traction if I launch. This car does like the heat soak, so we're gonna have to see. Thank you. Everyone's waving me on. Everyone, I guess, likes the 500 today. I'm telling you, this thing feels awesome. I can't believe just a tune difference, because I already I already like installed the turbo. I did the math earlier. I've been running this turbo for over 300 miles. I think it was 370 some miles, if I believe. So between 300 to 400 miles, I've been running this turbo on a Your Compulsion Phase 3 tune. Now, I sent them the data logs with this turbo, because it's not their 1446 Plus, it's a bigger one. And then they sent me a revision, and wow, this should feel so much nicer. All right, this is gonna be necessary to do a pull. Maybe I could do 40 to 100 real quick. Wow. Woo! That thing fucking rips. I hit reset. I really hope it reset, because I don't know if I saw it reset on the draggy. Like, I quickly hit reset as I downshifted. I really hope it reset. I'm gonna have to pull over and take a peek if it did or not. Because that would have, not that it would have been a waste, but that would have been nice to have a time, put it that way. That would have been really nice to have a time. All right, we're about to hit a red light. I'll let you guys know right now if I actually hit reset. Because I went to go hit reset, but I don't know if it actually reset. Let's see, ready? 42. Oh yeah, it 9.62. My best before that was 10 point something. I'm just taking a screenshot for reference. 9.62. Oh my God, that felt so good. Let's see, before that, because I took a screenshot, was 10.36. So that's what? Over a half a second, 0.6 I think. That was my first time doing that. Let's go back to draggy, because we're gonna be doing more. We're already in the 9s. We're already in the mid 9s in 55-degree weather. On pump gas. Holy shit. That is awesome. I'm like literally just smiling this whole time, and I forgot this GoPro's even there. I don't even know if I've looked at it once yet. So there's still a little bit of a rough idle, but I'm not too concerned as long as the car drives fine, which I don't know what it is about these injectors. It just seems like there's rough idle attached to them with the way the tune is. I don't know. Again, I'm not a tuner. I don't know. It just is what it is. It's not all the time either. Sometimes, like right now. Holy crap, that feels awesome. I gotta get this, like, this stability. Whatever's wrong with the car, when I drove it, I let Donnie drive in it, like I said in that other video. Because I've said it before, the car just feels like, the way Hugo put it, it feels like a freaking wet hot dog on the road. It just feels like it's ice skating. It wants to wander around, especially when, sometimes like third, fourth gear, like it ain't torque steer. It just wants to wander. It feels a little unsafe, unstable. But it's safe enough where like I can drive it hard. It's just something I want to get worked on. Donnie said possibly control arms. We'll see. So obviously launching it might not be the most ideal thing to do. I don't know if we're gonna have the ability to get a quarter mile or eighth mile or 0 to 60. I know I'll be able to do some more pulls just in general for you guys. Oh my God. And like I said before, fourth gear always boosted more. I don't know. I can't wait to see this video back again, because when I did that 40 to 100 in second to fourth gear, I heard the boost gauge beeping for the peak boost that I was peaking over my, whatever it's called. It's another cop, my God. The warning, that's what the word I was looking for, peak boost warning. And in fourth gear, it was like prominent, like it was staying on. So it was definitely over 25, like 26 or whatever. And I don't know what it held, but that's the point of that camera right there. This one to the side is gonna tell us how we're boosting, how much it's holding to redline, how quick it is to respond on input, back on throttle and everything. I'm not doing no wide open throttle shifting. Oh man, that feels good. I missed this. This might be quicker than a 124. Well, before. Once that turbo gets dialed in, it's even bigger than this. That'll be even quicker. We're pushing some good power out of these 1.4 liters, I'm telling you. There's not a lot of folks, and I'm not saying this to brag, but let's be real, there's not too many people who produce content like I do, beating the shit out of their car, putting up performance times, data numbers, all this different type of stuff, putting it on the dyno. Between your compulsion and myself working together on this, we do a lot. We do a lot together, and we put our cars through a lot of abuse. Whew. That was third gear, and we're hitting peak boost warning. All right, maybe we could do another 40 to 100 over here. I think we could. Yeah, I think we'll be able to. And then maybe we will try a launch once we get to the spot if I think I can do it. If not, it's totally fine. We'll just do a 40 to 100. You guys can already see this car pulls like a freight train. You gotta keep in mind, this is a 1.4 liter on pump gas with bolt-ons and a drop-in turbo. No custom, God knows what, you know what I mean? It's a drop-in turbo, just bigger than the norm. Which, if this is the first time watching it and you haven't heard yet, will be available on drivendistrict.com once we have everything dialed in. This freaking, it's a different car. It's literally a different car. Oh my God. 40 to 100. Where is it? 9.49. We just got a 9.49 40 to 100. 9.49. That is amazing. I don't even know what I got on the 124. I want to say 9.4 something. So we're going to take a quick break from the video because I looked back and actually, yes, on my draggy results, my best 40 to 100 time on the 124 Spider with the EC 1446 Plus Turbo was identical at 9.49 seconds. Now keep in mind, this took us probably a year of dialing in tunes, hundreds of data logs, back and forth to get the 124 Spider to hit in the mid 9s. Now with one single tune revision of this new turbo that has never been tuned before, I just data logged once, sent it to EC. This is their first revision and we already got the 500 at 9.49. Now I have the even bigger version of this turbo in the 124 now, but it's still not dialed in properly. I'll have a video in the corner you can watch if I didn't link it already. But I have that turbo in there, which is the same turbo as this basically in the sense that it's made by Pure Turbo, will be offered by us over at Driven District, tuned by Euro Compulsion, but I'm waiting for them to dial in that tune. I still don't even have my single revision on that. But 9.49 on the 500, 42-100 again, on pump gas with just one revision on this turbo. That speaks volumes on this. I'm excited to get this back on the dyno. I put it on the dyno when it was with a stock turbo. I'll have that linked in the corner. You can see it was a stock turbo and bolt-ons from the previous owner. When I purchased it, I didn't do anything to it myself. And now all I did was install this turbo and obviously a tune for it. I have other mods that I have not touched. Like the guy gave me an axle back with no muffler. Doesn't matter. The car had the muffled axle back. I left it on. I wanted to keep all the variables the same. So it's got the turbo. And oh yeah, one more thing that I forgot, the ported and polished manifold from Euro Compulsion, which is also available on drivendistrict.com. Those are just, they match up together in the sense that, you go with a bigger turbo, you get a ported and polished manifold. I'm a fan of doing that. I did it on the 124. So this car literally just got the bigger turbo that I'm testing out and going to be offering, as well as the ported and polished manifold from Euro Compulsion and a Euro Compulsion tune. Again, just one single revision. In a little bit, I'm going to try doing a 0 to 60 in quarter mile for you guys. You're going to notice the car just wouldn't launch. We're just going to jump right into it. But basically, I need to go look at the video or record and have more time behind the wheel. I wasn't really paying attention. I think the launch controls are just set too low. And since it has launch control, I can't just use my foot to rev it higher in first gear because it would just bog off the line. If you see the boost gauge when I'm launching all 4 times, it just kind of goes to 0, then drops into vacuum. And then the car just doesn't launch well. You'll notice, I'll share the numbers regardless, but the 60 foot was like 2.6. It was terrible. But 40-100, that shows the power difference because I have a direct comparison to that. But hey, I will say I did trap over 100 miles an hour in the quarter, even though we were slower than the stock turbo. I think it was in the 14s both times. But trap shows power and the trap was higher. And it could have been a lot higher if the thing actually launched proper. Probably a mix of me, but I think it was the car because I've launched this car before and I can get the front tires to kind of chirp and grip and go, which is what you want. But instead there was no bite. It didn't actually like chirp and bite and go. It just bogged and then you had to just wait for it to build and then it went. So once we can get the launch set properly, then I'm sure we could put down some wild, I'm expecting into 13s already, but I got to get the steering fixed. We got to get the launch fixed. For now, we got the 40-100 in, 50 degrees. The DA was much higher than before. I'll try doing more 40-100s in the future, see if we can get it to the low 9s, and then probably just put on the dyno for you guys and get you dyno results. So we can just have draggy numbers, performance, which I love doing, and then some, dyno numbers for the guys who like the dyno numbers, even though it is what it is when it comes to those. People like them, don't like them, whatever. But I'm being consistent. Same dyno, same place, same settings, same everything. No other mod changes besides turbo manifold and tune, obviously. So let's jump back into the video and then stay tuned for the 124 Spider because once that gets dialed in, I got a feeling that's going to put down some crazy numbers. And like I said, we're at over 50 degrees. A lot of my data testing is in, I want to say high 30s, low 40s. We're in the 50s, and as everyone knows, the 500s, he's soaked like crazy. And my intercooler is like halfway not visible. Not joking. Oh my God. This turbo performs. I want to so bad get a 0 to 60 in quarter mile for you guys. You don't understand how bad I want to do this for you guys. I'm gonna try something, but it just feels so damn good. As you can tell, I'm beating the crap out of it. We have 20, let's see, I put it on at 7. We have 23 miles on this tune. Not even that many miles on it. I had to let off before the quarter, and that launch was horrendous. We'll try again. We'll do it again. I'll rev it up higher that time. I honestly, because the other time I did it, a lower launch was really good. But for some reason this time, I think I'm gonna need to launch it a little bit higher. That was not the best. The launch was terrible. I don't know what my 60 foot was. Yeah, 2.6. Woo, that is terrible. The car just doesn't want to launch right. I don't know what my launch control is set to, but it definitely needs to get risen a little bit. These tires are not super wide, but apparently they're pretty sticky because it's gripping a lot. And it's not wanting to really push itself off the line. The 40 to 100 really shows the power that it has, because it's dropping. Like, we dropped what, almost a full second. I got 9.4. I think last time it was 10 point, was it 10.3, 10.6? I forgot. But yeah, the launch is what we need to make better. Possibly a higher launch control, because I feel like it's just not punching off the line enough. I gotta go home and eat some. I'm like on such a strict schedule of taking medicine and eating right now with my issues. So let's quickly just wrap up these results. When I had this car and I bought it with just bolt-ons and a tune, I think it was an EC Phase 2 tune and bolt-ons, I got a 12.81. I'm going to put some stuff on screen. I have other videos going over this that I'll link either below or above. 12.81. Then I put this bigger turbo on with Eurocompulsion Phase 3 tune, which is not dialed in for this turbo. It's dialed in for their 1446 Plus, but I was still able to go from a 12.81 all the way down to a 10.38, knocking off over 1.5 seconds. And let's keep in mind that first 12.81 was over negative 1000 DA. So I was above 1000 DA more, still dropped 1.5 seconds. Now we furthermore increased our DA by another, what, I think it was like 400 or so. And we dialed in the tune with one single revision, and we went from that 10.38 to that 9.49. Now, I know it says low satellite. Take that for what it's worth. I literally did a test before this. My first one was 9.62. My second one was 9.49. The first one was fine as far as satellite goes. But you can see the consistent drop-off that we're seeing in the 4200 from 12.81 with the stock turbo to 10.38 with this turbo just not dialed in yet, and now 9.49 dialed in on one single revision. Now, quarter mile, like I said, it was terrible. The car would not launch. And if you look at the factors for launching here, the 60 foot before was 2.51. It wasn't great either, but this time was 2.58. It was even worse. 60 foot was even worse. Before 6.17, this time 6.35. The quarter was still able to go down a hair from 14.44 to 14.41. But more importantly, the trap speed. We gained over 3 miles per hour from 97.84 to 100.88. And there is still plenty more in here. Even the 8th mile on the bottom left, we actually were slower in the 8th mile. Yet we gained almost 2 miles an hour just in the 8th alone, a little under 2. So this turbo is performing very, very well.
It's just the launch really screwed up the quarter mile. So I don't want to put that much emphasis on the quarter at all, to be honest, because I know this car is going to be in the 13s and going to trap a lot higher. We could see it's already trapping over 3 miles an hour more from before, which is huge. I don't even know if I did it with the stock turbo. This is with, again, the 14.4 that you're seeing on the left-hand side at 97.84. That was already with this turbo, already with the Phase 3 tune. So all we did was dial in this turbo with one single revision tune from Euro Compulsion and gain 3 miles per hour in the trap. So we can tell this turbo and tune has much more in her. We're probably going to wrap things up here. Like I said, don't put too much emphasis on this quarter. I'm showing this to you just for full transparency because these numbers are not the numbers it should be putting down. It's going to be much quicker. You can tell by the trap. You can tell by the 42-100. I can feel it just myself from driving it. And soon we'll have it on the dyno, see what it puts down, and try to dial it in some more. Do got to get the steering fixed before I go too crazy. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're interested in this turbo. I'm hoping to get the 124 dialed in. Hoping it's going to put down even more and still be extremely responsive, and we're just going to go with that one. You can visit drivendistrict.com for some merch and performance parts that are available now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.